Uh, what's going on, everybody? Of course it is. Y'all know who it is. Doc Talk Stocks back again once again. Guys, don't only get the likes up, get your stocks up as well. I just realized something, guys. I think I have a condition. Like, I really just thought about it today, and I really do think I have a condition. And that condition is called chronic short selling. I really do think I have a chronic short selling situation going on. As you guys know, my experience in the stock market has been short-lived. It hasn't been very long as of the recording of this video. I only got in heavy, like really starting to pay attention to it and do all that stuff as soon as the pandemic started. We're gonna say my official first day of investing was February 28th of 2020. So you imagine the market kind of hit the flow, March, in around March time. So my first ever experience is going through the market during a time when it was on the fritz. So this is all I ever know. So since March, I think that I've held positions in about, let's see, I went through my portfolio over 100 companies. And now I've reduced that to a solid 27. So imagine I have, for lack of a better term, for those that don't know math, you do 100 minus 27, what you got? What's that? 73? Something like that. I've had positions in over 73 companies that I've gotten rid of. Guys, I think I got chronic short selling syndrome. Now, again, I know about staying steady in my solid dividend stocks and holding on and continuously purchasing and things like that. Luckily for me, out of all the positions that I've held, I've only ever taken a loss on a position maybe 3 times. And I'll tell you right now what that stock was. I lost money in Slack. Fuck Slack, okay? Work, yeah. Stock ticker WORK. Man, fuck Slack. If Slack does good in the near future, big salute to them, but F them right now, because I had to take an L, because I was like, this shit does not seem to be doing nothing. And I know everybody's like, yo, Doc, bro, you got to just wait for it to see what it's going to do, bro. But Slack is one of those companies where I'm trying to figure out its innovation. Maybe you guys see it, but I don't know, because if Google Teams and all of that other stuff is coming about, I'm trying to figure out how you going to separate yourself from the pack when that's all you have to offer. At least with Google, they got all that other stuff to offer. Microsoft has all this other stuff to offer. Slack is just offering that one thing. And granted, if you, like they say, if you hone in on that particular skill and that's your particular skill set, you should be the best at it. You're really not separating yourself from the pack. So y'all who know about work, stock ticker work, Slack, tell me what I'm missing with that one, because that was like one of the few companies I had to take an L on. The other one that I took an L on, and I'm going to tell you this quick story because I feel stupid, but I did it and I don't care. There was a company called Verso, stock ticker VRO, right? And recently in the past, I can't remember, what Verso did is Verso had sold off some of its facilities, and they had like over 100 million to spend. So instead of using it to buy back stocks, what they did is they issued a one-time dividend payout of about $3 per share for people who were on the books at a certain time. So I was like, oh shit, son, let me go ahead and collect on this one. That was the young man's mindset, and we'll get into that mindset a little bit in a minute. So Verso had this one-time sell-off of $3 plus whatever the initial dividend payout was, which I think was like 10 cents. It was 10 cents per share or owned or whatever. That was their dividend payout regular, plus an additional $3. So I was going to get $3.10. No sooner than the payout hit, that stock tanked and continued to tank and continued to tank and continued to tank. So I lost money there too. Granted, my position was mediocre at best in either of those two companies. Your boy took an L. You know what I'm saying? So I really just realized that your boy has chronic short selling syndrome. I do. Like, I short sell all the shit. I'll put some shit in my portfolio and look at it a week later and be like, well, why the fuck did I really buy this? Or if it's a growth stock, right? Because normally I only short sell my growth stocks. I want y'all to understand this. A lot of my short selling comes from growth stocks only. So if I pop a couple of dollars or some shit, I'm like, oh shit, this shit hit. And then the next day it starts to tinker down. I say, ah, shit, gotta sell it so I can just cash out what I got. And then I'll put it into a dividend stock. So that's kind of how my mind was thinking when I first got into this game. I want you to understand the young man's mindset of how I usually get into like stock investing, or where I was at the particular time when I was doing a lot of my chronic short selling. I've kind of calmed down a little bit, but like between the time of March into the early part of June and July-ish, that was when I was really doing a lot of position flipping. Like I was here, I was there, I was everywhere. And I was always paying attention to earnings reports and stuff like that. I think the only company that I regret short selling, and I've been in and out of the position 3 times. I shit you not. I've been in and out of the position 3 times, is Zoom. I think I got into Zoom at about $1.63 the first time. I said, why the fuck am I in this? That was my thought process. And I got out. I mean, what can I say, man? What can I say? It was just chronic short selling syndrome. I told you that. I haven't worried about it since, because it's popped. And eventually, if it goes back down again, maybe I'll think about it. But yeah, your boy's got chronic short selling syndrome. And what I want to tell all of my future investors, all of my people who invest now who really shouldn't be listening to somebody with random common sense such as myself, got to be careful about the short sell. I love the short sell because I like to get the money out when it's up, pull it out, and put it into an investment stock. That was always my mentality. I didn't finish my thoughts. See, I'm random right now. But what I was thinking is, man, get your stocks up, get that money up in the stock. Yeah, let that stock pop. If the stock pops, pop. Get the money out, put it into a dividend investment, let that shit sit, right? That was my thought process with the short sales. And over time, I was like, yeah, it's working, but, you know, maybe tax time, I'm going to have a lot of things to have to answer for. So I'm going to have to actually get my accountant, because I actually have an accountant, which is weird as fuck. I don't make that much money, but why do I have an accountant? But I got somebody who helps me, man. He does it for free, which is awesome, because he's like, you're my protege, so fuck it. So my man, I do my stock stuff for free, you know, and do all my taxes for free. So I'm like, damn, chronic short selling syndrome, it's fun because it's exciting. But what they tell you is if you're going to do that, you might as well trade options. I have no idea how to trade options. I'm not going to try to do no point selling, none of that shit. It's just not worth it, because that I don't understand. I have to do further research in order to evaluate my understanding of it. I have to try to play the game a little bit and see how it works, because I know traders do make a lot of money. But again, like my man said, shout out to my boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Shout out to my man Robert Morris for introducing me to the Wall Street Trapper. Like he said, man, if you look at the Forbes list, how many people on the Forbes list are options traders? And there are none, because you might win big one day and lose big the next. So, you know, options are very risky. I am a long-term dividend investor. I will say that. I am a long-term investor overall if I find a growth stock that I believe in. If I don't really believe in it, I'll put it in, see what it does, and maybe take it out. Is that the best way to go about it? Absolutely not. Anybody who tells you, bro, the stock market is a long-term thing. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. This is something that you have to look forward to over time. You're going to have moments where they fall. You're going to have moments where they're high. You're going to have moments where they just flatline and stay in between. I got that part. I do. But I think there's just a little bit of fun in short selling. Just a little bit. No, not a lot, just a little bit. So if I got a tip or somebody hooks me up and says, yo, man, this is probably where you might be needing to look into, I'll look into it. Put a couple dollars on it, see how it plays out, then I'm out. There's only a very few companies that are growth stocks that I won't short sell. Very few. Couple. Maybe less than a handful that I got in the portfolio. But guys, just want to throw that video out there. Like I said, I need to go to Short Sellers Anonymous. I got a problem, guys, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Y'all be easy. Y'all be blessed. Doc is out. Don't only get the likes up, man. Get the stocks up. Do not play with the stock market. That motherfucker don't play back. All right? He don't like that. All right, y'all take care. Y'all be blessed. Doc is out. Peace.